What's going on, and welcome back to another less than 5 minute gear review. And in this video we're going to be going over the 21st Tactical machine gun ammo bag. Now this guy is going to run you roughly around $100, and when it comes to price comparison, this thing is very competitive to a lot of the other big name brand companies that are out on the market right now that are building machine gun ammo pouches, bags, drum pouches, and so on down the line. I have found that it is pretty difficult to find anything for machine gun equipment. The big companies that I've seen is going to be Tactical Taylor, Bulldog Tactical, as well as some of the old Mil-Spec Eagle Industry stuff. You can find a lot of that on Venture Surplus. I am trying to get my hands on a couple of those pouches from all of those companies to be able to compare when it comes to roughly a 200 to 300 round ammo bag for AGs when it comes down to it. Or if you're setting this up on a vehicle and you want a little bit more than just what the drum could hold, this is a good option when it comes down to it. Now, I'm typically used to running the SAW drum pouches as well as the sustainment bag that usually comes with the Army standard issue ruck that they have right now. So that's typically been what I've seen the norm when it comes to feeding ammo, to whether it's a feeding or holding ammo for either the 249 or the 240. This, I think, is going to do a substantially better job when it comes down to it, because a lot of this is more rigid. There's actually plastic inserts inside of this, so it should be really interesting to see how this stands up against those other systems. I think it's going to blow it out of the water. Now, with the systems that I've typically been used to running, I've run the 249, I've ran the 240, I've played around with a couple of Russian systems. I own my own personal DS Arms RPD, so I am going to be utilizing that to test this guy out and see what this guy is capable of. Should be interesting because I'm used to the disintegrating link belt systems where the links fall off after you've shot the rounds, where the Russian systems are going to be a non-disintegrating link, so that belt is going to travel all the way through, and that system is made up of like 50 round belts compared to your disintegrating link systems. So should be interesting to see how this holds up in comparing all of those systems all together. When it comes to the construction and the setup of this thing, it's pretty simple and straightforward. It's made entirely out of Cordura. You have MOLLE on the front side, you have MOLLE on the back side to MOLLE this into whatever you want. I don't recommend MOLLEing this into a plate carrier just because it's going to lift your body really high off the ground when you're in the prone. I would utilize this as more of an AG setup or a vehicle setup if you want to set this up on a vehicle in the ammo can holders and all of that. It's roughly the size of a long 50 cal ammo can. So with that, I do know that this will hold 7.62 by 51. It will hold 7.62 by 39. I do not know if it will hold 7.62 by 54 millimeter rimmed. It's been a really long time since I've even messed with that caliber, so I don't know about that. Just judging by the size, I think it's going to be just a little too tight for that. It will hold 5.56 as well. When it comes to round counts, I'm going to venture to say for the 7.62 by 51 and probably even the 7.62 by 39, you're going to be sitting around 200 to 250. If you want to have a little bit extra, you can probably fit all the way up to 300 if that belt is coming out of the bag itself. For 5.56, I would plus that up to probably about 100 just because it's that smaller caliber. So with that, when it comes to the rest of this and how it's set up and configured, you do have D-rings on the sides. You have a strap that travels all the way across the bottom. So this thing is pretty robust when it comes to not falling apart when you're moving with this thing, especially if you're the AG. Like I said, it's all made out of Cordura. You do have plastic inserts on the inside of this thing on both the bottom and all of the sides, so you don't have to worry about your bag getting all weird and your rounds getting jacked up. This thing is rigid, so your rounds are going to stay where they're at, and you don't have to worry about them shifting around and getting kind of that weird tangled thing for those gunners that are out there that kind of know what I'm talking about when they all twist up. You do have a carrying strap as well. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Nothing too crazy on it. I do think that these little clips right here might be a little on the smaller side. I might want to plus those up in the future, make them a little bit more robust. I've typically found that these clips really like to break in tactical situations. They're not always the best. But I haven't played around with these in a while, so we'll see how they hold up when it comes down to it. Maybe just a little bit larger version or a D-ring might be a better solution for that. But we'll see. I'm not going to bash too hard on that. When it comes to the top of this, I know I'm about to go over 5 minutes. I'm almost done though. You do have Velcro on either side of this, so whether you want to feed this from the right side or the left side, you have the ability to feed it whatever way that you want and open that bag up however you need to when it comes down to it and you're employing that machine gun weapon system. The inside of this thing is pretty simple and straightforward. It's just an open pocket. There are no dividers. There is nothing in there. You just throw your rounds in there and you are good to go. So with that, it all Velcros back together. And then you do have this little bit of Velcro on all the sides to help keep things from moving around and keep your ammo inside of this bag. So with that, if you have any questions, please feel free. Leave a comment. We'll help you out in any way that we can. I am really excited for this thing. I haven't really pursued a whole lot of machine gun stuff outside of the military, so this should be really interesting and I am really excited about it. I will do another review on this after I've used it and employed it just a little bit, so that way you guys can see how well this thing holds up. And I will be getting some of the other machine gun pouches and bags that are out on the market to compare all of those products together to help you guys determine what will be best for you, your mission set, and what you have going on. So with that, if you have any questions, please feel free, leave a comment. We'll answer any questions that you have. Like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.